welcome to our Radnor Township Design Review Board meeting. Before we get started, I'm going to ask Tim to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Tim. Okay, we've got 5 items on our agenda tonight, and before we get started, just to let you know, these meetings are televised live, so when you please the podium, please tell us who you are, the business you represent. You can lay out your plans on the table next to the microphone. So we'll get started here tonight with our first applicant, DRB 2020-30, the application of befitting bicycles at 118 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a wall sign. Isaac? How you doing?
Oh, doing all right.
That's good.
Busy. So I have it digitally, but
You know what, Isaac? You want to use this?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I provided 7 copies, so.
Okay. All right, so just tell us who you are and where your store's located and all that good stuff.
I am Isaac Denham, representing Befitting Bicycles. That is my shop at 118 East Lancaster Avenue, directly across from Wayne Presbyterian Church.
Right. Okay, so you're here tonight to put up a new sign.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, replace the existing sign from Features that was up there.
Okay. It's a pretty straightforward application. That's kind of questions you guys have.
No changes to the lighting?
No changes to the lighting, no changes. There's a kind of a framed out area where the former sign was, and that's where it's going to go. It's hard to see from the picture just because the framing is about half an inch. It's not much.
You know,
Oh.
yeah, thank you. There you go.
What were our thoughts about the additional language on the sign?
I think we're good with that. I mean, it's just a description of what goes on in the business, not so much a specific, we fix flats or something like that. So, yeah, we usually try to give everybody a byline as such. So, if you guys are all right with that.
What does it say, fitting service?
Fitting service,
Fitting
yeah.
service. And the Pantone is just the outline of the,
Correct, yeah. It's only the pink block around the BB.
I think it's
Yep,
kind of a
good
neat
with
looking
it.
sign.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Isaac, materials, what kind of materials are they going to use on that?
I believe it's just going to be like a plastic signboard.
With a vinyl application, probably?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, looks good.
half-inch thick with vinyl laminate.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, nothing cut in, nothing sticking out. Just,
Right.
Just flat.
Nice.
Just make sure your manufacturer doesn't show any bolts or fasteners or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
some of these guys like to just bolt it right through the wall and through the sign.
Oh,
Everything's got to be hidden, so.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'd be upset if they
Right.
had a whole bunch of bolts out in front of the
You
shop.
never know.
On the shop drawing, it says a split line. Does that mean it's coming in 2 pieces?
Yes, it would. Apparently, the plastic panel that it's on just isn't big enough to go the whole distance. So.
Okay, any other questions? Continuing, Tim, you good?
I'm good.
You good, Colin?
Yes, sir.
Isaac, any questions for the board?
Is there, so after this, how soon am I allowed to get
Well,
it?
you'll have to talk to Kevin or Lisa.
Okay.
You'll have to get a permit to put it up.
Okay.
But they'll take care of that for you in
Okay.
the office. So
Okay.
you could maybe talk to them as early as tomorrow. Or maybe you
Okay.
can just talk to them as you leave tonight, just to find out the details on that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All
Isaac,
right.
one other thing, just to make sure that you have your address numbers on the front door somewhere in case of an emergency. You may already have them on there, I'm not sure.
Are
Yeah.
you 118 East?
So there, yes, 118 East, directly above the front.
It's already there.
It's already there?
Front door, there's
All right.
a window above that has it
Perfect.
in there.
Okay,
Yep.
great. All right, who would like to take this?
And no sandwich boards allowed on the sidewalks.
Yeah, no.
A-frame temporary signage.
To be fair, I see a bunch around Wayne, and I'm actually not thrilled about it, but,
Yeah,
yeah,
we get a couple culprits that sneak them in. So.
yeah. So
We just
it-
like to remind everyone.
Yeah, no, it won't be me. It's not a yard sale, it's a fit studio.
All right, good.
We're good.
Yeah, I'll take it.
The matter of DRB 2020-30, befitting bicycles, approval for new wall sign.
Seconded.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Isaac.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Yeah. Thanks, Isaac. Okay.
Good luck.
Kevin, do you need more time with the second application, or are we ready to roll?
Chairman, no, I do not. They did receive relief back in January, I believe it was, for various provisions regarding freestanding and wall-mounted signs.
Okay,
So if this board is inclined to grant approval for this, it would be subject to compliance with the granted relief.
okay, great. All right. Okay, so next on the agenda is DRB 2020-31, the application of Diane Quigley at 325 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a directional sign, freestanding sign, and wall signage. Hello, sir.
Obviously, I'm not Diane.
Okay,
My name is Jamie Gross, and for Custom Finishers.
okay.
And like I had said
You
before,
might want to use this, you might do better, okay.
This one, is it working?
All right, go ahead, if you want to use that. We just want to make sure we can hear you.
Okay. Her question, Diane's and my question is, with a variance that has been put through already, is there questions you have additional to needs explanation on things, or what exactly is the purpose for what we're doing?
Well, we're going to look at your sign package.
Okay?
We want to make sure it meets the square footage requirements and the height requirements and et cetera. So we're going to kind of walk through the pages that you brought
Okay.
here and look at it, and, yeah, we're going to have some questions for you, I'm sure, so. So just for the viewers at home, this is the Land Rover dealership, Jaguar dealership on East Lancaster, which just went through major renovations, and I guess this is going to be the completion with the new signs on it. Okay, good. And if you can maybe put down some paperwork.
Mr. Chairman, if it would help the board, I could either go and print out the zoning hearing board decision or just summarize it real quick for you so that this
Okay.
board doesn't spend.
You want to just
a lot of time.
summarize it, Kevin?
Absolutely. So the applicant received 3 variances specifically regarding signs. The first one was relief from the height and size requirements for wall signs. The second one was relief from the height and size requirements for freestanding signs. And the third one was relief from content required for ground signs. So as this board is reviewing this package, if you're going to focus on things other than that, and then again, any approval should be conditioned upon that, so that when they actually come in for permits, we could verify that that's in accordance
Right.
with what they presented to the zoning hearing board.
Okay, great.
Is there more detail on that last point, the content? Anything specifically as to what they're allowed or not allowed?
Let's see here. Zoning Code Section 280, 122C7, C2 for ground signs is hereby granted to permit the construction of the proposed ground sign with the precise content and in the precise location and size shown on the plans and specifications, specifically Exhibit A10A, which have been entered into and made part of the record, and otherwise as described in the testimony and exhibits entered into and made part of the record, to the extent consistent with the plans and specifications.
And do we know if what we have is that same proposal?
I do not.
This package that I have here should be everything that was submitted and approved through and went through the variance according to what he was talking about.
Okay. All right, so why don't you walk us through and show us what you've got there? And
The only thing is that I'm seeing a revised date of August 2020, so there may be differences.
Okay. All right, good.
And you want to bear with me a little bit here as we go through, but this right here is a general overall of the building with signage in place, which was all part of how it was done through the variance, so.
And Raj, I'm going to ask you to use the handheld, just because I think it'll be easier for you, and I think people at home are going to be able to hear you better.
Gives you more mobility.
Then they're gonna know who I am.
There you go.
So the package, the way it stands here, these are signs 1 and 2, which go across the back side the front side of the building itself.
Okay, so why don't we,
With your-
why don't we stop and look at those? So you've got a Land Rover and a Jaguar in the upper corners,
Yep.
and I think it's pretty easy to see that they're over 15 feet from grade, but it looks like according to their variance, they're okay with that then, Kevin? Is that
Yes,
correct?
what we would end up doing, as we would do for any project that receives either approval from this board or one of our other boards, is pull those approvals out when the sign permit applications come in and verify consistency with all of those. If there would be inconsistency, we would address it with the applicant and either revisit one of the boards where the conflict would best be resolved by.
Okay. All right, so are we good with those 2 signs?
Yeah, I think they're
I mean,
nice.
location-wise, you guys feel that they look appropriate on the building, and size-wise, they're not all that big. I mean, they total up to about 49 square feet, and the applicant has plenty of room for that on the frontage of that building.
And it's a big frontage, and like the wall is a pretty tall
Yeah.
wall. So the size of the lettering, I think it all is proportional to the
Yeah,
building. I think
no,
it
I
fits.
agree. I think they look good, so, okay.
I think the cat looks a nice size.
So they're going to be a backlit halo, so that should be a nice look, so. Okay. All right, Mr. Gross, and so you have another one in the front there also, the main line sign?
This is just a breakdown of some of the other sign, excuse me, this is a signage that's on the side of the return of the building. Another Jaguar Land Rover sign.
Mm-hmm.
Same concept as the front of the building.
Yeah, I think that's on the west side. East side? Okay.
This is the east elevation.
East elevation, okay.
And then we have a main line, which is more like an address type of setup that goes on the building with just the main line as copy down in between the Land Rover and the Jaguar.
Okay.
That just shows you what the main line is there. Then when you get around to the other, this is also the east side elevation, which is the service entrance, which shows you the Jaguar on the building, but then at the other end of the building, which is the service area, it's just service letters that go up.
It's funny, there's special language in the code for automobile dealerships.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to have a service sign, but it can't be any larger than 10 square feet. And it's got to be located at the service entrance, so they do meet that criteria.
Okay.
You guys can check it out just to make sure, but,
No, I do recall that.
yeah.
Now, this is a monument sign. And I believe this was part of all of the variants that went through also. I'm looking for location for that for you. I don't exactly, let me look at the footprint here.
Looks like it's probably in the same location. See it in the front there.
First page has it down at the front, down
Yeah.
in the middle of the hill.
Yeah, one of your early
Okay,
early
this-
pages has it.
This
kinda
is
in the
going to
front.
go, this is going to go into the front, right off of Lancaster Avenue where you
Mhm.
turn in. Sits right here at the corner, which is sign 16. And that is sign 16 looks like this.
So according to code, 30 square feet, max, 10-foot height, max. But again, if they've got a waiver, and I think they may meet that criteria anyway without the variance.
And I believe this is our last sign, which is a drive directional. And that is also within that same drive coming in. Hang on. I can show you where that was at. That drive directional sits here at the end where you would turn to come for your service decision or the side of the building. It just is giving you a directional for traffic flow that comes in that way.
And they're good with that.
And
They're
that
allowed 4
sign-
square feet and 3 feet high, and they max that out.
Is this sign here?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's a nice package.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it is pretty clean. It's all
Yeah.
kind of standard Land Rover Jaguar type
Yeah.
of building, so.
The only thing that I was, well, you guys, you have questions? Go ahead, Colin.
Or actually, Kevin, since they were granted the variance, is it to their now discretion to pick the height anywhere above 15?
No, so the variance was granted with specifics that were submitted to the zoning hearing board. So what we would end up doing, again, is when they submit for the building permit applications, because there's going to be electrical, there's going to be structural components to these signs, is to review that, okay, the variance was very specific to the testimony and exhibits, pull those exhibits out, and then, marry that up with any conditions that this board imposes upon them
Okay.
to determine compliance.
I only ask because I don't see a height mentioned on the submittal for
No,
the,
the decision from what I read was very specific to exhibits, and knowing the zoning hearing board, that they zero in on those specific
yeah, I would only say
details.
that they would probably want to show the heights for your package.
I believe when we do the next phase of this for building and electrical, that this gets broken down again, and then that comes into play where we put all the signs in the package. Any of those questions that pertains to the variance at that point would be put on here for,
I only bring it up for your reference, that you should note the height
Yep.
for your building package.
Tim?
I have nothing. I think, if I recall from when this came in for the facade change, it's all part of a new brand imaging process that Land Rover and Jaguar are going through. I think it fits nicely onto the building. I think really based upon the variance that was already granted, it's before us more for aesthetics than more than anything. And I think it meets my criteria. I think it'll fit nicely into that area of
and
from
the
St.
next
David's
phase
to
of
Wayne.
permitting will kind of wrap all that up and guarantee that the variance side of it's all met, so.
Yeah, I have nothing further with this one. I think it works nicely.
I just had one question. Do you have any signage? There's a lot of signs here. In the back of the building, which the people in the condominiums are going to see at nighttime? I don't know if you had a sign, it's going to be illuminated.
There
No,
are
at this
some on
point
the,
here, it's the
north
service side
elevation.
coming in.
Okay,
The back of the building should be blanked. And
okay,
it goes from the east side and around Lancaster Avenue back.
okay,
in that
all
one.
right, so,
There are signs on the north.
yeah, I thought I saw one, yeah, I was thumbing through there to try to find it.
It's a lot of pages.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there is one,
Top corner.
Yeah, there's 2 duplicate signs from the front, but they're at 15 feet. And then there's a sign that says main line,
yeah, in the back, right?
in the rear.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that is illuminated?
It looks illuminated.
Yeah.
I don't believe they're illuminated though, correct?
Maybe we could ask if they are illuminated, maybe at nighttime they can
I
feel
think
the
every-
power on them.
I think everything that was illuminated was like a backlit illumination, which
The
is like a
halo.
glow and not a bright.
Okay,
The page that the signs are on does say illuminated.
Which page?
Then it would probably fall into that backlit.
I'm on page 3, but I don't think it is page 3.
If it says in the bottom, I can thumb to it.
I think what we don't want is the neighbors back there complaining,
No, that
seeing the
makes
light
sense.
on 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, you know. So,
Maybe it's on timer or
If we
something.
could ask them, to just if there is illumination, maybe put it on a timer and cut it off at a decent time.
I can't guarantee it, but almost every one of these we do, there's an energy management system that runs inside their new buildings. So they can control that to whatever would be required
Okay.
also.
All right. Well, that one specifically, again, because it, lines up to the
For the
neighbors back
residents
there,
in the
so
back.
sure.
Sure.
Okay. All right, guys, what else? Comments, questions? You're good? Tim, you're good?
Yeah.
Kevin, any other questions or comments?
Not at this point.
You're good? Mr. Gross?
So we should be, at this point here, we would be okay to come through to do building side, electrical and building permit side?
Yeah, so it'll take us a couple days to get the approval letters out.
Okay.
And then once you receive your approval letter with any conditions, depending on what revisions may or may not be needed, you would submit that with the building permit package.
That's fine. We can get drawings to match up to what we already know variance is, and we can get that started so that we can submit
Perfect.
right behind it. Okay,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Tim?
In the matter of DRB 2020-31, the application of Diane Quigley of Custom Finishers for the approval of 1 directional wall sign, 1 freestanding sign, and 7 wall signs, I move for approval of the application.
There's second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next on the agenda tonight is DRB 2020-32, the application of Bruno's at 375 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for 1 ground sign and 3 window signs.
You're really
Hello
gonna-
again.
Guys.
You're going to have to start bringing sandwiches.
Oh, I think I just like it here too much. I keep coming back.
Good. All right.
Obviously, that was a joke.
I would if I could. I think I've got a pretty simple thing tonight.
All right.
Not as complicated as normal. Should I just jump in?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So the 2 things I want to get accomplished today are we added window clings to our coffee bar area, which we weren't quite ready to show last time. And just as a little refresher, the coffee bar area is kind of where this cleaners is.
Yes.
See what I mean? So this is obviously all, we've already done all the signage for over here. It's the coffee bar area we're trying to get the window clings through on.
Okay.
Which again,
It's pretty cut and dry.
yeah, let me get to the right page for you. Yeah, so there's 3. There's one that says Cafe de Bruno, one Cafe au lait and espresso, and then we have an hours sign. Oh, here they are, nice and big for you. And they're just the window vinyls, and they match the same coloring that we
Okay.
used through the rest of the vinyls.
All right. That's pretty cut and dry. You guys all right with that? Okay, Tim?
I have nothing on this.
Okay, good. All right.
And then, thank you. And then the other thing we had is, there's this existing pylon sign, right? And there's 2 existing pylon signs, and we want to add De Bruno Bros to the pylon sign. On this one here, this lower one, we're going to take the 2 upper spots, and we are still determining what spots we could take on the upper one, but on the bottom one, we take the 2 upper. And our goal would be for it just to say De Bruno's in the same color that the signage vendor said they used for the others, and the same font.
Pretty basic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I would say, just getting back just for a second to the window decals,
Yeah.
you're allowed up to 15% of your available window space. I mean, we didn't calculate it out, but I think just by the naked eye, you're probably well below that.
I think we are well
Okay,
below that.
just to play it safe.
Yeah,
so,
I appreciate it.
yeah. I'll tell you guys,
A
I
lot
think
of big windows.
like, this is I believe their 4th trip in here,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we've come a long way on this. I think, originally it was a little cluttered with a lot of signage and stuff like that. We kind of cleaned it up. I think it looks pretty good, don't you? Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And I think, you know what, being a little cleaner, you're going to look inside the building rather than look at all those signs that were going to be on the outside of the building. And, yeah, I think it looks,
I think
I think it
it'll
looks
be
good.
good.
Yeah.
We've got big windows, so you can see the food inside.
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
goal.
That'll draw people in, for sure.
And then we're going to come back for some outdoor seating.
Okay,
But we're not quite ready on that yet.
all right.
Plus, I like to keep visiting, so.
Why not? Okay.
No pressure.
All right, any other questions, comments? You guys are good? Any comments, questions?
No,
You're
I'm all
good?
good, thank you.
Colin?
Okay, in the matter of DRB 2020-32, approval for De Bruno's to add window decals and monument signage. Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
All righty. Thank you. Next is DRB 2020-33. The application is SEMA Network, Stephanie Fleck at 237 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for ground signage and wall signage. So this is the Rite Aid drugstore on East Lancaster Avenue for a point of reference. Hello, sir.
Good evening. My name is Mike Horvath. Stephanie actually filled out the paperwork in the application for her company, so I'm here to represent SEMA Network.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
So this is I'll call it the new Rite Aid. I guess it's been there 6, 7 years. And I could see the rebranding the Rite Aids, it looks like.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Do you want to just walk us through?
Sure.
Yeah.
We consider this what we call a like-for-like package. What we mean by that is we are refacing the existing signs on the building. We are removing the existing Rite Aid signs and replacing the Rite Aid signs. Anywhere, the freestanding signs as well, the directional signs will be replaced. They're the same square footage, just they're a new, the blue color is just a hair different than what's currently out there. They have what's called a Sultan blue color. And I think there's some drive-through signage that is the same as well.
Okay.
Sir, could you center that exhibit up on the
Sure, I'm sorry.
camera? Thank you.
All right. So we might as well start with the ground signage. We'll take a look at that first. Okay. You want to just walk us through?
Sure.
Tell us what you're going to do there?
Yes, there's an existing, actually 2 existing monument signs. What we would do is remove the existing faces, apply new vinyl copy, and install the new faces. I do understand you guys have an ordinance which you prefer the darker background color with a cutout letter and only the letters illuminate. So we would absolutely be willing to accommodate that in this application.
Great. I think they're pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, in fact, it is the white base can't be the illuminated part.
The white face will not be the illuminated part. We will probably spray paint that. It'll be in aluminum. We'll route it out. We'll back it up, and it'll be painted aluminum,
Right.
obviously dark in color at night.
Right. All right, good. So they look pretty good, right? 2 ground signs. We're in good shape there. Okay. Same size, same locations. All right. Moving along.
Okay, there's 3 directional signs. They are 4 square feet. We are proposing to remove those and replace them with the same size, the same height. Again, just a slightly different blue color based on their new branding.
Okay.
Okay, on to the wall signs. As you can see, Rite Aid has eliminated the pharmacy from their logo. So in this particular case, we're going to be removing the Rite Aid, the existing Rite Aid pharmacy sign, and adding just a Rite Aid. We are meeting the square footage, although this sign, the letters are slightly bigger than what's existing, but that one existing is also a little bit longer as well. So I think the existing one is 28.75, which is an 18-inch high letter, 19 foot long, and we are proposing a 24-inch letter. I think we're 13 foot long, but the logo, we have to encompass the logo, and that's what determines, obviously, the square footage in area. So we're losing a little bit of area underneath, you know, by encompassing the entire area. So, in area-wise, it's close to the same, but the shield is what is the driving square footage factor.
What do you guys feel about the larger letters?
I don't think it's offensive with the,
No, I think because of the size of the building. I mean, if it was a small building and they're putting, 20-some-odd inch letters on a building, yeah, I think that'd be too much, but
And there is some setback from the road, so it's not much of a setback.
It's not much,
but-
yeah.
but it is at least something, so it's not right on the road.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Wawa in a way. You know,
they have so
where
much
it's,
frontage, so.
yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, it would look probably stupid if it was just a small little 12-inch letter on that building. It would- Yeah, it'd be lost, so. Okay, so we're good with that?
Just when you're replacing the signs, make sure you patch up any holes that are.
Yes,
Since you're shrinking the size.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
That's part of their criteria.
Okay. You've got one on the side also facing the
Yes,
parking
yes,
lot?
yes, sir.
Same thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think it looks almost cleaner.
Yes.
Don't you think? Yeah. All right, so we're good there. And looks like some drive-through
Yeah,
changes.
yeah, some existing drive-through. You know, we're a little bit smaller, not that that really comes into play here, but again, the blue is slightly different. Same type of signage, non-illuminated.
Pretty cut and dry. Yeah. What else, guys? Looking good? Yeah.
Do
Tim?
you know what that height is?
I'm sorry, the height
The height
from,
of the wall sign?
the wall signs, I think we're within the 15. I think we have that marked on the drawing. Yeah. I do know,
Looks close.
yeah, I do know it is marked on the drawing somewhere. I did see it, but we will maintain that
Okay.
maximum, 15-foot height.
I have to say, when these guys came in, 5, 6, 7 years ago, whenever it was, they probably came in 4 or 5 times, and they had signs all over the place, and we kept cutting it down, and finally, the last time, they just came in and said, look, we'll do what you guys want, and it turned out to be a nice, clean package, so. But yeah, at first, it was just littered with signs.
I've worked on CVS, Rite Aid,
Right.
Walgreens throughout my 30-year experience.
Right.
And, yeah, I've seen a lot of.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're kind of right downtown, we want to keep it clean, keep it nice looking, and I think they've done a nice job of that, so.
Better than the Taco Bell on the block list.
Probably,
I
yeah.
miss the Taco Bell sometimes, though.
The parking lot used to be Taco Bell, and the building used to be Blockbuster.
Oh, really? Wow.
Right.
Wow.
That's Wayne Historian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it was a car dealership years ago in that corner, yeah. So, all right, anything else, guys? Kevin, you?
I see various notes in here about some painting on the building. Is that something that is part of this submittal?
It is, yes. I think they're going to be doing just some light painting and freshening up.
Good with that?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Just wanted the board to be aware of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, thanks. Thanks, Kevin.
It's a refresh.
Okay. Mike, anything else you want to bring up to
No,
the
that'll
board?
be it.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Colin?
No, I'm good.
Good? Tim?
I'm fine.
I don't know, who took the last one?
I'll take it.
Okay, great.
In the matter of DRB 2020-33, the application of Seaman Networks for the approval of, I think it's a combined 12 monument, directional, and wall signs, and some refreshment painting on the building. I move to approve the application.
Here, a
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, board.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. All right, last on our agenda tonight is DRB 2020-34, the application of Blaze 3 Management at 789 East Lancaster Avenue in Villanova for some outdoor dining and a wall sign, and I don't believe the applicant is here. Do you want to handle that as a continuation, or?
Yeah, at this point, I would request the board continue this until the November meeting. We'll find out what happened tonight.
Okay. All right, do you want to make a motion on that, Colin?
Sure. In the matter of DRB 2020-34, Blaze 3 Management, motion to continue due to no-show.
Okay, here a second.
Well, they're actually doing the dining out there right now, right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
They're actually dining outside there now, or
I'm sorry, it was,
at, this is
I think it's just a wall sign, isn't it?
the Signage, is this for the outside?
no, there was outdoor dining as part of this. So there was, I don't know, it was a year or so ago, the ownership entity came through to
Right.
add in that area.
Right, I remember that.
Now they're coming in with specific outdoor dining for that. So this board reviews the outdoor dining packages for tables and chairs and furnishings and whatnot.
I think Tim's point is that they've already done that, right?
Yeah, I think I was at the liquor store right next there Saturday, and they were outside eating, so.
So there, and this may be one of the establishments throughout the town that has expanded outdoor dining per Resolution 2020-61 of the board. which allowed kind of a temporary outdoor dining set to expire at the end of October. I would no word yet whether or not that'll be extended. But this would be the permanent outdoor dining that would get approval from that, so I think that.
Didn't we just approve the canopy?
Yes,
Yes.
last month, I believe.
So, yes, now the memory's jogging.
Right.
We were allowing them to continue operating under that temporary resolution, knowing that they were going to be coming in, but didn't want them to come in and lose any of that time, because then we're getting into cold weather. So it was kind of operate temporarily under this provision, but then you're going to come in.
So you're
under-
surprised they're not here?
A little bit, yes.
Well, that's kind of the point I'm getting at. If we continue it, then they get through October. So what's,
Well, they would
That's
get
the
through the
next
end of
tier
October
question.
under that resolution. We have several establishments throughout town that never had approved outdoor dining.
Yeah.
That we may end up seeing come next spring that want to do it because it was somewhat successful for them.
Right.
And it was just really an effort on the boards, and give credit to the Board of Commissioners for kind of thinking outside the box and allowing these facilities to open up in this time. So it was a really good idea and very successful for those that are taking advantage of it.
yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I second the motion.
okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, any other business tonight? Looks like that's it. We'll see you next month. Thank you.
Yes, if you know anybody that's looking for a position on the board, we could use some help.